time, and she always rolled her hair back under, and everything. And we set it up and had her reading Glamour magazine and him reading Country Gentleman. Well, by 8 o'clock the next morning, we were called into the president's office.
Sure.
And we had the president of the student body and all this bunch of guys. And so I was the only one that had a key to the one college car. And I went and picked up Dr. Long at the airport in St. Louis and in Springfield off the train and that kind of thing. And so he said, boys, we're going to have to fine you. And he said, if you want furniture in there, you'll have to pay $100 a piece.
Okay,
And so we huddled up a little bit and came back, and I said, Dr. Long, if you will give us 10 minutes in chapel, we'll raise $3,000.
Wow.
He said, well, all right. He said, I think I'll give you a chance. So we went in there, and before we got there, we had a guy in college that Dad had the Kraft cheese franchise in Canada.
Okay.
So we had a $1,000 check in hand.
Wow. You already had that.
Well, we didn't have it in hand. He brought it up and laid it on the platform.
Wow.
and we got pledges for all the rest of it in 10 minutes.
Wow.
And but Miss Dare wasn't real happy about that.
Oh.
She didn't like that of her out there.
She didn't have much of a sense of humor from everything I hear.
She was pretty good though. I got kicked out. She kicked me out the front door one time, and I went around and got in the back door down there, and I was sitting down there just studying up a story.
It would be
Okay
for prime viewing, for family viewing. It's okay. The editor's really good. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's good.
I just went to the back door and got in. Somebody let me in, and I was in there just reading and studying. She said, "What are you doing down here?" I said, "You said I could come back when I wanted to be quiet." And I said, "I'm about as quiet as I could possibly be."
That is great. Let me just ask you one more question, and then you can go wherever you want. She's got place for it.
No.
Okay. What did you think when Doug Faulkner called and said, you are going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I was certainly humbled,
Sure.
but I was surprised, and I'm going to get emotional.
Oh, that's okay.
I can't help it. I didn't think that I deserved it. I think there have been a lot of people who have been there, and a lot of people have done an awful lot of good things, and I did my job. There's no 40, when you're in education and coaching and so on, there are no 40-hour jobs.
Right.
You do what it takes to get the job done. Right. And that's the way I always tried to work. But I just thought, well, some of those people will say, he never was much when he was here, so we didn't expect very much from him.
Oh, no.
But the Lord has really been good and faithful.
Yeah.
And gave us the opportunity to come here.
Right.
Of course, one thing I always held against Straw was, and he didn't know it, is that he never asked me to come back to Greenville.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah.
Not to teach or coach,
Right.
that was, when I was in Texas even,
Right.
that was what I was hoping would happen.
Right.
But because I went to Greenville, and it was so good. The Christian atmosphere and the opportunities there were so good
Right.
that when I was asked to come to Asbury, it wasn't a hard decision to make.
Right.
It gave an opportunity to do for somebody else what had been done for me.
Right.
And
Did you hire Stan and Marna with you?
they hired Stan and Martin Wiggin and tried to hire some more.
Yeah.
Tom Morgan,
Yeah.
we tried to hire him, and they came down and visited.
Yeah.
And I got to talk to Stan this morning. He called me.
Oh,
He said,
really?
I'm calling him the day late. He said the day just got away from me. I
That's
said,
right.
you're getting old, boy.
That's great. That was great.
But, yeah, and they were the best thing that happened to our department here
Yeah.
because they came and they stayed and they were faithful.
Right, yeah.
And that's what it takes.
Right.
A Christian college can't operate with people coming in and out every other year.
Right,
They just need to be there.
right, right.
And the young people need to see that. And then when they come back after they graduate, they need to see some of those same people that they've seen before.
That's right.
And so Greenville was just really great to me. I had more opportunities than I could have had any other place probably.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed most of the time. I had a philosophy which cut this part out.
Okay.
That you know, if I could go and make B's,
Right, yeah.
why suffer and make A's? You
Right,
know?
right.
Have fun.
Right, sure, yeah.
I don't think that sort of goes along with what he preached here.
Yeah, that's right.
You mean you didn't think that I was having fun all the time?
No. I think that you were pushing to get those grades.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, she was. Strahl did one other thing for us.
Okay.
Really good. I went back for summer school that summer, and Janetta was there, and he had her in tennis class, and she was hitting balls out of the tennis courts over the fence all the time, and he said, "Johnetta, don't you play softball?" So when I came on campus, I came in the middle of the summer term, and he said to me, I went in to see him, and he said, I know who you're going to marry. I said, how could you know that? He said, she's here. And just like that. I mean, he knew
Yeah.
that he knew of some of her background through Robbie and Don, and he knew that she loved athletics, and she was a spitball, I'll tell you.
Wow. And what year were you a freshman that year? And Straw already picked that out.
Can you
I know.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, he picked it up in the first 4 weeks of summer school, is what he did.
Wow. And did he get you over on the softball diamond instead of the tennis court? Ah.
I didn't
The problem was, I thought she was, I thought because she was hitting the balls out, she couldn't play tennis. So we played, and she beat me once.
Uh-oh.
And I said, baby, you will pay for this. And she'd been paying for 50 some years.
That is great. That is great.